Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for Project Life. This will be week 33, so stick around. Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Welcome to week 33 in Project Life. My Allie Edwards kits finally arrived, so I dug right into those and busted out the cards. Going with the red and purple scheme this week, and I'm going to speed up the camera after I show you what goodies I'll be using from my stash and continue this voiceover. So the back side of week 32 was all of these 3x4 pocket card configurations, and that determines, what cards I want to use, which photos, all that kind of stuff. So I have this Vellum 8 for the month of August. I'm just going to make that the title card, as I so often do. And then behind it, I'm going to layer, I trimmed down the 4x6 Vellum floral pattern. That's what I'm going to be using throughout this week's spread. So that's my recurring theme, my inspiration for the color palette, all that good stuff. So I have these leftover alphas and labels from Studio Calico that I'm going to use. It's really hard to find purple anything in the scrapbook community. So having to pull from my stash a bit, I have these old little puffy hearts that are from, I think, Target around Valentine's Day. I think that's where they're from. And then I'm just going to stamp the date, and that's my title card there. To the left, there's a picture of Nora and Kenzie at nighttime. They're about to go to bed. She had a sleepover from Monday to Tuesday. So again, keeping this week very simple because I'm also simultaneously working on my summer vacation album where I'm expanding and using all of my crafty energy. So I kept this Project Life spread pretty simple, but I think it works. The pattern of the florals is very busy. So I think that kind of lended itself to keeping things a little bit more simplified as far as embellishments goes. So I just journaled on that photo of the two of them that they had a sleepover, and then there's a little photo to the right that's got two pictures in one I create in the Diptych app, and it's the two of them cheering and just hanging out in Nora's room. And they wanted me to come in and judge their cheer contest. So that's what the top photo is. And then the bottom is just them kind of hanging out and being silly. Moving on to the middle row, I've got the Let's Hang Out, which I thought was perfect for all of the photos on the left side of the spread, to be honest, because that's what's happening. We're, Nora and Kenzie are hanging out, then we're hanging out with neighbors while Nora takes their dog for a walk. Her friend Abby came over to hang out, and then Thursday was a day I took Nora to get school supplies and get some froyo, so we were hanging out then as well. So it was the perfect sentiment, and I just put a little red puffy butterfly on top. That's a Studio Calico sticker sheet there. The picture of Nora walking Fenway is our neighbor's dog. And then on the striped card, I decided to use it for journaling, and I spelled out notes. I made my own E using the letter C and trimming up a letter Z because I had no E's left. And I used my Zig Clean Color Dot marker to create bullets, and I just wrote that it was nice not to have to rush around all week and just let Nora have some play dates. Cheer is a busy time, so I drove her all week to that. Abby came over Wednesday, said she'd sleep over, but then changed her mind, which made Nora very upset. That was a whole different story that I expanded on in my daily journaling there. Thursday was Girls' Day. I took her to get school supplies, clothes. We went to 16 Handles. I got the car washed, ran other errands, and feeling very tired. And then just an update, Matt's toe. In case you missed it last week, he broke his pinky toe. It's still healing, so I'm doing whatever I can to help. Basically, he's just driving back and forth to work, and that's it. And then I just left that card with the floral in the middle plain. I thought it was lovely and didn't need a darn thing, so I just left it as is. And then there's the picture of Nora at 16 Handles. That's going to do it for the left side of this spread, and I will show you how it all looks in real time. I know this is going very quickly, and honestly it only took me about 40 minutes to put together, so let me know if you have any questions because I am going pretty fast. When I move over to the right side, there's not a ton of photos from the rest of the weekend, although we did have a busy weekend, and sometimes that's the way it goes. It's totally fine. I have this large 4x6 quote card that says, "I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon, your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days." That's a Macklemore quote. Love Macklemore. And I just added a few puffy stickers to add a pop of purple on that card and left it. And then there's that other half of the 4x6 vellum floral print card. I just kept it plain. I didn't add one thing to it. I thought about it and then I said, nope, it's fine as is. So then the middle row is this large photo of Nora's senior cheer squad this year. It's her first year on senior cheer. I journal about that later, but then I'm going to use the purple card for my Ollie Edwards stash to journal about Friday. And I wrote that I ended up subbing on the last day of summer school. There's no photo for that. So for special ed, they have summer school, and I filled in for a friend of mine, which was so lovely because I got to see some of my kiddos from throughout the year. It just made me miss them so much. And then after that, I brought Nora to her friend's house, and I actually took a nap and did not feel well at all that day. Again, not having any photos taken. I basically laid in bed with my heating pad due to my new HRT therapy. So, yeah, that's a whole other story. The photo I'm embellishing, you can see I just spelled out Bulldogs. That's their mascot, and kept it really simple with some puffy stickers. And then I journaled on the last row on that other 4x6 floral card that says it's all good. I used my bullet point marker again, and I wrote about Jersey night actually being lame compared to the last couple of years because they didn't call the girls one by one and give them their jackets. They gave them all their jackets over off to the side and then called them to the front for a group photo. So it was definitely a little different. And then Saturday morning, I led a women's breakfast at our church. I didn't have photos for that. And then we went over to a friend's. Their son is leaving for college this week, so we went to that little party, get together. No photos there. And then Sunday, we all stayed home, or Matt and Nora, I think they did go grocery shopping. But other than that, I just spent the day in my craft room working on my travel album. So no photos for that either. The last photo on the bottom right is just Nora and Kenzie at the Jersey night, look dressed like twins. So I just journaled on a little label sticker that I couldn't believe that they're seniors now, and used my alphas again to spell out, or just to put their initials there. We're already done. So super, super fast process video. Please like this video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and hit the bell. That way you don't miss my content. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for being here, friends. Take care of yourselves. Remember that you are enough, and I'll see you next time. Bye.